Hi, we're here in Dumbo at the offices of HappyFunCorp. They're a design and development firm that's worked with a bunch of startups in the Brooklyn area. They've been doing it for the last 6 years or so, and we're going to talk to the founders about the experience of starting HappyFunCorp, about some of the startups they've worked with, and about why they're built in Brooklyn.
So HappyFunCorp is an engineering firm.
We're kind of a mixture between a design firm and an engineering firm. So we work with a lot of people in the very beginning who have an idea that needs a lot more kind of fleshing out and understanding about it.
So HappyFunCorp was founded about 6 years ago. We founded the company out of my parents' attic, which we're very proud of. It was just Will and myself, and we're both very product focused. So I led a lot of the product and Will led a lot of the engineering, and we have just bootstrapped it.
So we kind of wanted to keep the band together and brought in a bunch of people that we kind of worked with previously and kind of just started out from there, and it just sort of grew and grew and grew.
We were really tired of the very typical tech names. Having been in tech for so many years, we didn't want to call it, drop a vowel, add an R, whatever it was. So we decided to call it HappyFunCorp, and we knew it was a great icebreaker.
And on really bad days, does the name sometimes seem kind of cruel and ironic?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it does. And well, it's actually funny because you can map the name to different years. So happy can be attributed to maybe like year 1.5, maybe. And then fun, certainly like maybe for the next 8 months. And then the business very quickly turned into corp, right? It was like corp for 2 years while we really figured out how to scale. And now we've sort of come back to happy.
We can kind of work with people that really have this very big idea and kind of help them shrink it down to something that's possible. And then we actually go and build it.
We're definitely a very technical driven company, but we do consider ourselves product architects. And when we think about product architecture, we think about that at the umbrella level, meaning you really need to understand design, you really need to understand user experience, and then of course technology to actually build it and deploy it.
So what's going on that screen behind you?
So this is speaking of a little product that you can launch quickly, this is what we're calling Benevolent Gaze. This is pictures of everyone here that's at the office. And this works by looking at the Wi-Fi. So when people come in and they open up their computers, they'll immediately pop up on the board.
Another thing you guys have done in the last few months is you also had this sort of like education program, right?
Yeah, so that kind of came out a lot of the way that we work with clients. When people come to HappyFunCorp, we sort of help them understand their product and help them sort of build that product. And in that sort of engagement, we kind of make all the technology go away. And so we're having lots of conversations that were very similar, effectively teach people how to start up a technology company. So that's sort of the coaching aspect of what we can do with clients to kind of help them sort of understand what this thing is. The Academy kind of came out of that.
How do you feel like the Brooklyn startup scene has evolved?
So much. I mean, I'm the biggest Brooklyn fan, and it's really nice seeing a lot of technology companies leave Flatiron and come here.
It's easier to get people to come to Brooklyn. In the beginning, I mean, we were doing a lot of meetings in Manhattan and stuff like that because no one wanted to come, and it's definitely become a destination where people want to go.
I think people take Brooklyn really seriously now. The Brooklyn brand as a whole has really helped Brooklyn. Having companies like Etsy here really help. There's a lot of opportunity still. The obvious downside right now is that Brooklyn's really expensive, but it's less expensive than Manhattan.
So what's your favorite spot in Brooklyn?
My favorite spot in Brooklyn is probably Henry's Local down in Carroll Gardens. It's a coffee shop I go to every morning. And it's quiet, so don't go there. It's like just for us.
I love the Red Hook track. I'm a big runner. I spend a lot of time in Red Hook early in the morning because it's one of the few places I can find that's still quiet.
When you have a startup, you have X number of dollars, or that number is shrinking, and you need to know, how do I most effectively do the next thing? You need to understand what kind of trade-offs you're making in the beginning. There are definitely times to do things fast and loose if that will get you to the demo, and the demo will get you to the next level. So That's different than if you're, have 1 million users. And people can come out of it and really be able to sort of speak the same language as sort of what technology is about and kind of understand that there's certain things that are just, like there are bugs. Like that happens.
There are still huge pockets of Brooklyn that are inexpensive. So I think you're seeing people really, truly bootstrap startups, right? And so I don't know if there's any specific vertical that is really hot in Brooklyn, but I think what you're seeing in Brooklyn is the opportunity to live in Brooklyn at a fair wage if you're willing to go a little further out. And because of that, you're gonna get a lot of innovation. You're gonna get a lot of young people. They're gonna take risks. And so Brooklyn still has that opportunity.
So this was actually the 10th episode of Built in Brooklyn, which means that it's the end of at least what we're calling from now our first season. We don't really know for sure yet what we're going to do next, if it's maybe going to go to a different city, we're going to feature more Brooklyn startups. We're figuring it out, but stay tuned. And in the meantime, thanks a lot for watching.